Hello and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show. I'm your host, Nick Pendrell, and with me is my regular co-host, Dave D. How you doing, Dave?
Good morning, Nick. Yes, nice and fresh and ready to go with a great guest today.
Another great guest, because, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have today the legend that is Howard Miller with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. Now, I know this is first time on TV for you, so don't be nervous. I know, new experience, but we'll go easy on you.
No, but I'm ready for anything you throw me.
Have you two ever met one another?
Never seen this guy in my life.
Never seen this guy in my life.
Deny it, even if you had. No, there can't be many people in Pattaya who don't know you by now, surely. You are...
Well, I've done a lot in my time here.
You have.
So, yeah.
So how long have you been here?
13 years.
13. Unlucky for some.
Yeah, quite lucky for me though, I have to say.
So why did you originally come here?
Well, I came here because a good friend of mine who's still here, and he runs a bar off Walking Street, said to me at the time when I was in the UK, look, come over for a holiday because Pattaya is a great place to go.
Yeah.
And I came over for 3 weeks, 3-week holiday. Did the usual sort of Pattaya thing, if you know what I mean. And I actually fell into a job in media.
Right.
I won't mention who for.
Okay.
And basically they promised me a job. They said, come back and we'll give you a job. So I came back, I took the job, and it all sort of bloomed from there.
Really? Yes. Simple as that. So you were actually my sort of the first face of Pattaya for me, because before I came out here, I'm a new boy still because I've only been here 2 years, but before I came on I was flicking through Sky TV and who comes on but your face walking down Walking Street, part of the tourist police for this Big Trouble in Thailand trip.
Part of my journey really in Pattaya has been being involved in the tourist police. 8 years I did tourist police on Walking Street, and it was great. And then a TV company from the UK came along and said, look, we're doing a programme about the tourist police, would you like to be part of it? And I reluctantly actually said yes, because I know that the sort of job that I was doing there, the volunteer job that I was doing there, was quite controversial.
Oh, really?
So I thought well, by going on a sort of mainstream TV channel in the UK, would it do me good or bad?
Right.
It actually did me good because people saw what I did.
You did quite a few episodes of that, yeah?
It was eight episodes.
Oh, eight was it?
Episodes, yeah.
Right. What was controversial about the tourist police?
Well, because I mean, you know, being a foreigner in a foreign land and volunteering for a foreign police force is a bit strange. I mean, you don't see it in the UK where you've got you know, foreign nationals walking around with the police that don't actually sort of live there. So it's controversial. I think it's beneficial.
I do too.
As long as it's run correctly and the people that join are vetted correctly, it's beneficial because, you know, your job there is not. It's more actually to help the tourist than to assist the police. And a lot of the time when I was doing it, the police sort of shooed me away because they wanted to do their own thing with the guy that's been arrested, and I come along and say, well, actually, no, stop. You know, and so we were more on the side of the tourist than the actual.
Sure, I guess you're more of a sort of arbitrator. If someone's been a bad boy, then he's going down.
Yeah, we're probably like a glorified sort of translator, you know, a sort of in between.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously, it was good. I mean, it's still going on Walking Street.
But you, I mean, we know from talking together over the period of, you know, being serious. I mean, over the years that Howard did it, you helped a lot of people, didn't you?
Helped a lot of people, and I actually managed to help people that could get out, you know, get them out of prison. I actually got them out of prison, which was good. And you know, because going into prison in Thailand is a horrible thing. I've been in the prisons because my job after that was with the British Embassy, and part of it was visiting people in prison. Right. And the prisons are horrible places. You do not want to get arrested in Thailand.
No, definitely. It's going to be the worst place in the world. Did quite a lot of people recognise you from that Big Trouble in Thailand show? Yeah,
I mean, the programme was made in 2009. They still recognise me. So, yeah, it's nice. It's flattering, and it was. I'm glad I did it, and people saw what I did, and yeah, it's still going on TV in the UK. Sky 1, I believe, and Sky 2, it's still on.
Yeah,
on there.
It was 2 years ago that I saw it. Yeah, and, it's just one of those sort of evergreen shows. And,
it's got a cult following, I think.
Definitely.
How did you find the British Embassy? You know, have been in that kind of role in Pattaya? I mean, you know, how did that sort of differ from being in the tourist police to suddenly becoming part of the embassy? I mean, how did that differ?
Well, I mean, when I quit the tourist police, I joined the British Embassy as the honorary consul for Pattaya.
How did you get into that role? Did someone? I presume you don't just apply for it. Somebody actually sort of said...
Actually, no, I did.
Oh,
and I was the honorary consul before was Barry Kenyon.
Okay.
And he suggested to me, he said to me, look, I'm retiring, Howard. I'd like you to
so you were nominated then?
Yeah, I mean, it was not a guaranteed job. There was 35 applicants, I believe.
Yeah.
And I went along to this interview at the Hard Rock Hotel in Pattaya. A rather scary interview with three-person panel in front of you in a sort of big empty room. I'm kind
of getting the idea of consul idol or something, where you get these 3 judges and go, no, absolute rubbish.
And obviously, they had to do things like a criminal check on me, make sure I'm not a criminal, and things like that. And I got the position. Right. It's an honorary position.
Sure.
But how did that differ, Howard, from being on Walking Street to being, in an office or whatever you want to say, and helping the people? I mean, was it the same?
It's the same idea, but I could take the help that I could give people one step further.
Right.
Because I had a position, not a position of power, it was a position that was recognised under the Vienna Convention. So I could push the police further without getting arrested and in trouble myself. And I mean, it was just assisting British nationals. I met some really, really down and out British nationals. And there was a big problem in this town, and when they closed the British consulate in Pattaya, it was a sad day.
Oh, definitely.
It's a big thing, and now we have an honorary consul now in Pattaya in the form of Bert Elson.
Right.
He's a lovely guy, great experience, but he doesn't have a consulate to work from. So the sort of the direct one-on-one assistance that you can offer someone it's still there, but it's gone backwards a little bit.
Right.
I'm upset about that because we did a lot of good work at the consulate.
Yeah, I can believe it. And as you say, if you don't look after yourself in Pattaya, then you can get into trouble.
You can.
And how long were you in that position as honorary?
16 months.
16 months.
Yes. So then they decided to go for a full-time team.
Right.
So my position was basically stopped because mine was a voluntary. I couldn't go full-time with them because of my other commitments. And that was the end of that.
Oh, right. So just thinking back over that period, how many people did you help, and what's one of your greatest success stories from that period?
Well, probably when I was with the embassy, I helped a guy I actually went to his house, and without going into too many sort of gory details, he'd been living in his bed for 3 weeks and hadn't actually got out, so you can imagine.
Good grief, it's a great state.
Yeah, it was horrible. And we won him. I literally took him out of the bed, got him into a hospital, and he's now back in the UK living a normal life. He'd left his Thai wife. His Thai wife had left him.
Yeah.
He fell into a state of depression.
Oh, really?
And he was in a terrible, terrible state. I mean, I can still see it in my head now. I wouldn't want your viewers to even get an idea of what it was like to be honest with you.
Somebody spent in 3 weeks in bed.
So going from the British consulate and being there for 16 months, I mean, what happened after that? Where did you go after that?
Well, I mean, after that, I obviously I'm involved in media in Pattaya, always have been. But then an opportunity came up to get involved in the bar business, and it's a business that I've not been involved in before in Pattaya. I started off with the booze lounges, which I understand I've been on a show before. Yeah. And now we have a go-go bar on Soy OK Metro, which is Oscar's Agogo, which is certainly a different thing for me to do, and it's just it shocked a few people that I would be involved in such a thing, but it's a business. Absolutely. And I had the right people with me and around me, and it's so far it's doing all right. It's okay.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about Oscar's Agogo. What makes there's a lot of Go-Go's in Pattaya, let's be honest, but what makes yours unique?
Well, I think in Soy OK Metro there's about 14 or 15. So the key there is to stand out from the rest. I mean, most guys that go there will go to more than one bar in a night, but we have to try and make ours a bit special. And now we've only been open a few months, but we've tweaked it to the point where we're really happy with it. Right. The music is unique for now. I have to say for now because obviously others may follow suit. But the music, it's classic music, it's up to date music, but it's commercial music. Right. So people can go in there and actually understand, know the music they're listening to, and enjoy it as well. A lot of these bars, a lot of the go-go bars you go into, it's a standard sort of house music and
generic
electronic
techno
music,
and
which many people enjoy, and that's fair enough. And we did have it at the Oscars before, but now we've decided to go down this route.
Right.
And I mean, the customers are dancing on their seats literally every night. I know, obviously, a go-go bar is all about the performers on the stage.
Sure.
But just giving people a nice environment to enjoy their night is something that I'm very sort of keen on.
Is the volume set at a level where you can actually talk to one another?
Well, I set the volume, so if there's any other complaints, just come over to me. So the volume's low. It's not low. It goes up during the night, obviously, as the people, the customers come in, the atmosphere increases. But it is at a level where you can sit next to someone and actually talk to them.
And what about things like sort of over the period of Songkran tourists and expats and that? I mean, did that affect you down in LK at all?
Yeah, Songkran is very, very quiet, very quiet. But we still did okay. I'm happy with the way it's gone, and but yeah, it's different. It's a challenging. It's the adult entertainment industry.
Sure.
And it's something that I was involved in. Not many people know I was involved in the UK as well. 3.5 years I worked for lap dancing clubs.
Oh, right. In what capacity?
Well, I started off as a DJ, and then I worked my way up to assistant manager and then manager.
Okay.
So and the people that I've got with me at Oscars, I'm not on my own at Oscars, I have partners as well. They all have relevant experience as well in the late night entertainment industry. So, as I said, we have the right team around us, and we've tried to create a nice product centred around some rather good-looking girls on stage.
Absolutely, all about the girls.
Yes. Yeah.
And do you find that your celebrity notoriety has helped market the venue?
Well, I mean, I do hang around the place
a
lot of the time, and people see me. I'll sit outside, and people say, "Oh, it's you, how?" That's great, but I just people will still only come in if the club's a good club. It's not about me.
Back, I would imagine.
It's not about me. It's about Oscars. And we're just trying to create a nice product, friendly product, good service, good drinks prices.
Yeah. So how much? Talking about drinks prices. So how much for a bottle of Chang or something like that?
Well, I mean, we have a happy hour, which we start off the night with until 9 o'clock. All bottled beers are 75 baht.
Oh, that's excellent.
And then it goes to 120.
Right.
Which I think is a pretty standard price. I mean, on the street, there's one of the bars that charges 150.
That's expensive.
I mean, our drinks for the girls are currently 135.
And you do a draft as well, don't you?
Yeah, we do draft beer as well. Asahi, actually.
Asahi.
Which is only 2 bars in LK that do that.
Yeah.
Which is a Japanese sort of extra dry draft. That's happy hour price 69.
Right.
At the 75. But it's a nice beer. A lot of good compliments on that beer as well. And yeah, it's just about giving people what they want, and the key is that we listen to our customers. We don't think that we do it right. We think we do it right, but we listen to what people say. And if someone comes up with a criticism, constructive criticism about the place, we listen and we act on it.
That's the way to do it. Can you think of anything that you've changed since opening as a result of a customer?
Well, the main thing is the music. I mean, we started off with the Thai DJs because we were sort of told to do it. And we've sort of decided to move away from that now, and we're doing our own music.
Good.
And it's music that people enjoy. I mean, we play things like YMCA and Macarena, and I mean, there aren't many bars that do that.
No.
Many go-go bars that do that.
Exactly.
I think Pattaya is a good place. Like you say, people recognise Howard. They used to recognise the guy that went around on the bike. I think that's good for Pattaya. I mean, to have your own sort of faces of Pattaya. I think it's good for when tourists come over and they recognise like somebody off the TV or whatever.
Definitely.
I think it's great, Nick, and I think it's a good thing. And I think Howard LK is trying to do a good thing, and I'm sure it'll work.
Absolutely. And are most of your clientele, are they visitors or are they expats? Or?
It's a mixture on LK. It's probably more of a mixture than you get down at Walking Street.
Right.
It's a good mixture of expats and tourists. And at the moment, with obviously what's going on in Bangkok and etc., there's probably more expats than tourists here. But we treat everyone the same. Everyone gets the respect they deserve as a customer. And it's just it is a fun place to come.
That's the main thing. And so if you're appealing to expats, then they need to keep coming back. So you're obviously doing something right if they are. So remind us where the club is located.
Oscars Agogo is located on Soi LK Metro, which is at the Soi Bukow entrance. And it's the old Stag's Head. If people remember the Stag's Head club,
right?
It's there. We're open from 7 o'clock at night. Till about 2 or 3 in the morning.
7 till 2 or 3.
And a happy hour from 7 to 9. on beers and spirits.
And you've retained some rooms upstairs as well? Huh?
Yeah, we have some rooms for rent. People want to rent a room. We have some sort of budget accommodation for you.
Okay.
And we actually have another hotel as well. So if that's full, we can move people to somewhere else.
Very good. And you have a website?
We do have a website. Probably the best thing to do is go on our Facebook page.
Right.
That's where we update things really, really quickly.
Okay.
Facebook.com/Oscars Pattaya.
Oscars Pattaya.
And yeah, it's just all the pictures are on there of the place and the dancers, and it's a great place.
Great.
So everybody check out Oscars Agogo page on Facebook. Howard, thank you very much for coming to
Thanks
join
for having
us.
me. Thank you.
Thanks, Howard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.